Hey guys.
Today, I'm going to tell you about how I use self hypnosis to stop my recurring nightmares and activate lucid dreaming. When I was a kid, I dreaded bedtime because I was having vivid, terrifying, and recurring nightmares. For years, I dealt with chronic nightmares that felt inescapable. That changed the day I discovered this book from 1962 called Self Hypnosis, A Conditioned Response Technique by Lawrence Sparks. Over the next several months, I practiced the techniques detailed in the book. In time, I used them to train my subconscious mind to become lucid during my nightmares so that I could take control and change the circumstances of my dreams. To bridge self hypnosis with lucid dreaming, let's talk about what these two things are. A lucid dream is a dream in which we are fully aware that we are dreaming and we are able to take control of the dream and shape its reality according to our ideas. Self hypnosis is a technique for creating a conditioned response by teaching your mind to react in a certain way to a certain cue, just like Pavlov with the dogs who were conditioned to salivate at the sound of a bell. Instead of a bell, we use mental symbols, ideas, images, and suggestions to trigger specific internal responses. And when you master that, you can plant suggestions into your subconscious mind, such as, if I start having a nightmare, I'll recognize it and take control. Or, I am aware of whether I am awake or dreaming. So let's break down what is a conditioned response. This is a learned reaction to a stimulus that didn't originally cause it. Most of us are conditioned all the time and we just don't think about it. You might get out of bed automatically at the sound of the alarm, or you might feel tense when you hear a familiar ringtone. Learning itself is often just conditioning. Rote memorization, trial and error, and conditioning all rely on the same stimuli and responses. All methods of learning are a type of conditioning, but what we're talking about is the kind of conditioning that works on you from the inside out. One of the most important things I learned is that your mindset is the key to whether self-hypnosis will work for you. Your beliefs, skepticism, and assumptions can make or break your success at this. If you don't believe you can be hypnotized, your brain may resist the process entirely. And that's why the first step is to challenge your assumptions. And there's a simple way to do this, but let's use a fancy way to say it. It's ontological shock. The basic way to say this is that you need to have your beliefs, assumptions, and skepticism challenged when it comes to how you perceive your reality. The book has several different exercises to show us directly how our perception changes without us being consciously aware of it. And once you witness that for yourself, it becomes easier to accept that your mind can be trained to respond in new ways. So let's move on from there to the actual technique from the book. There are 9 major steps to the technique, which I'll quickly go over. Number 1, you set a wake-up time. Sit or lie comfortably, gaze forward. Think of the time you wish to wake from your trance. Visualize a clock face showing that time. Make sure your eyes are open while you do this, because you're also going to be training your eyes to feel a little bit more sleepy. Okay, so keep your eyes open. Number 2, formulate your suggestion. For me, my suggestion was, I am aware of whether I'm awake or dreaming. Nothing can harm me in a dream. Number 3, visualize the number 1001. Mentally repeat this number in your mind while you focus your gaze. And this is the symbol that evokes eyelid fatigue. If you keep your eyes open for long enough without blinking, they will start to get fatigued. So that's what you're going for. You're going to make the mental association that this number, this symbol of 1001, is associated with eyelid fatigue. Okay, number 4, symbol 1002. Condition your eyes to close when you think of this symbol. Visualize them shutting and mentally reinforce that they can't open until your chosen time. Okay, so just like you would see it from your own first-person perspective, you're going to imagine that your eyes are shutting. Number 5, symbol 1003. This is the symbol for physical relaxation. One way to relax is a method called fractional relaxation. You tense and relax your muscle groups while you repeat this number in your mind. Imagine imagining your body like it's a rag doll or it's made of soft rubber. Number 6 is the symbol 1004. This is the symbol for emotional tranquility. When you think of this number, you're going to picture peaceful scenes while you repeat this number 1004 in your mind. Let yourself feel more calm, safe, and neutral while you repeat this number in your mind. And then number 7, symbol 1005. This symbol represents a heightened state of suggestibility. And you think of this one only once while you're in a state of deep relaxation. Number 8 is the circled X symbol. You're going to visualize a circle with an X on the inside of it, and then you're going to carefully erase the X without touching the circle. This symbol is going to trigger a deeper trance conditioning. From here, number 9 is the whole alphabet the same way. Imagine that you are writing the letter A inside the circle and then erasing it. And then you're going to move on to the letter B. Draw it inside the circle and then erase it. It helps to stabilize your trance focus, and it will deepen your absorption of your suggestion. These steps can take about 10 to 15 minutes a day. You can do them once daily or even 2 to 3 times a day for faster conditioning. It took me about 2 to 4 months before my nightmares stopped completely. And what matters most here is that you're consistent. You make sure you're in a quiet and undisturbed environment when you practice this. Make sure that you talk to your doctor before you start doing hypnosis. Some other tips: work with a hypnotherapist who can assist you in coming up with a plan for how to do this for yourself. Some things that made a really big difference for me aside from that is to speak suggestions in the second person. Speak them as if you're giving a command to your subconscious mind, like you are aware of your dreams, you remember to check reality. You want to also use multi-sensory imagery and not just visuals. So imagine the sounds, the smells, the touch, the emotions, pressure, cool, heat, tickling, all of these things. You can imagine all of these in your mind. Make it as real as possible. If you have aphantasia and you can't visualize clearly, use your other senses. Hypnosis still works. I had aphantasia for years, so this still works even if you can't see visually with your mind. You can still do all the other senses and just be creative with it. And now, just to keep it realistic, let's talk about the outcomes. According to the book and the related research from it, about 20% of people experience positive results from self-hypnosis in obstetrics and anesthesia, and around 60% reported a slight increase in their ability to relax and partial development of anesthesia. The remaining 20% didn't experience noticeable benefits at all. So if you don't see instant results, don't give up, because that's normal. This process is teaching a new language to your subconscious mind, so it will take some time. For me, self-hypnosis didn't only help me to stop having nightmares, it gave me agency. It gave me safety in my own dream space. And now when something frightening starts in a dream, I often become lucid because I've trained myself to do that. I remember that I'm dreaming and I change the story. Nightmares are like an invitation for lucidity for me. Lucid dreaming is a healing tool that should be available to everyone. Sleep should be your safe space. All of this began for me with just a few symbols, some patience, and a shift in my mindset. If you want a deep dive on the perception experiments or the 9 steps of the technique, please like this video. If you have done self-hypnosis or lucid dreaming before, please share about it in the comments.